Sup, everybody. We're playing Umineko.
We're playing the Rosa Simulator
Whoa,
today.
Rosa Simulator.
Rosa Simulator. You get
boy.
to pretend to be a child-beating,
Person who
poor
knows
person.
the location of a bunch of gold, but is actually too beta to do anything about it.
Aww. Rosa returned to the lobby. It was still her turn to rest, but her expression made it look as though she couldn't sweep deeply with all this tension.
Take it easy and lie down. Keep this up and you'll have it pretty rough later on. Thanks for the concern. I just couldn't fall asleep. I've already taken a shower, so I'm good for now. The next person can rest.
What about you too, Kiri, Rudolph? What will we do, Rudolph? Shall we rest?
You can rest, I'll stay awake. That's the only manly thing I can do right now. Yup, so fucking manly.
Then I'll stay awake. Staying awake with my husband is the only womanly thing I can do right now. You two truly are close. You should talk.
It seems Ava and Hideyoshi are out cold. It appears that, unlike Rosa, they can't fight against their age.
As though in response to those words, the door to the hall clunked open. Ava and Hideyoshi returned from the guest room.
That's none of your business what we were doing in that room. Oh, Rosa, are you sure you don't need to rest yet? You should talk, Nae-san. Why not take it easy and sleep? I just can't get to sleep. Taking a shower shook my drowsiness off. Rudolph, Kiri, you can rest if you want. Sure, thanks. Well, for now, let's say I appreciate the sentiment. Why don't you go first, Aniki? How kind of you, but I cannot rest first. That is the most I can do as the oldest brother right now.
Do not worry, the two of us will stay awake until the very end.
Nobody wants to sleep.
More importantly, Ava, are you okay? You look a little pale, and your hair's all wet. Rosa, why are you all... Your clothes are drenched, you guys. What's going on?
Wait, what?
Well, they were just out. They were just out in the typhoon.
Oh, right.
Together.
That's actually... Yeah. Yep.
Come to think of it, you're right. Could it be a bit of a fever? Hideyoshi put his hand up against Ava's forehead. It seemed that Ava wasn't feeling her best.
That goes without saying. That's what happens, you break your sleep cycle. That's what happens, you break your sleep cycle at your age. Is it a cold? Natsu, could you call Dr. Nanjo down? No. This is the most pressing thing we've had all day. Let's just fucking doctor get down here. Fucking Ava has a cold, dude.
Yes.
I'm fine, you don't have to make such a fuss over it. I have some medicine, so I'll be okay. I tend to get fevers when I'm tired. Don't worry. Nae-san, take it easy, okay? Thank you. If all the siblings gathered without me around, I get the feeling everyone would start talking behind my back. It's a persecution complex from long ago. Sorry, okay? Well, I won't say anything, as if I'd say bad things about you behind your back, Nae-san. That's the noise she makes. What is it? Huh?
I said yes.
Yes. You've been acting strange for a while. Shouldn't you get a little rest now? Just fucking go to sleep. Jesus Christ. You're right. Just thinking about raising money by March makes my headache hurts even worse. That isn't good. Rest. And I'll hold back too, so that your headache doesn't get worse. I've had a bad headache myself for a while now. Thank you. Well then, I'll take those words to heart and rest for a while.
What is it, Ava? Why so angry all of a sudden? Sorry, please let us rest a bit longer. Sorry. After apologizing several times as though praying, Hideyoshi followed Ava out of the lobby.
I don't like this atmosphere. It's all so strained.
That's no surprise. There was a murder early this morning, and since then we've been eating canned food and carrying guns around. It's natural that we'd start to build up stress.
It's only natural. I wonder if the kids up there are building up stress too. I'm worried about Maria.
Have they even fucking checked on the kids at all? Like,
I know! We haven't seen the kids, dude! Okay, we've done enough with the kids, dude. Let's just focus on the adults, dude. I just want to look at what the adults are doing. She tends to throw tantrums at times like this.
At that moment, they heard the sound of wild footsteps coming from the second floor. It was George. He was beating the shit out of Maria.
No!
Because Rosa wasn't there to do it.
No!
The guest house wasn't a cheap building, so they wouldn't normally have heard the sound of footsteps. It was like the sound of someone stamping their feet in frustration, and an instant later, accompanied by what seemed to be the sound of her running out into the second floor hallway. They could hear Maria calling ooh 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 over and over again, sounding displeased. Rosa grabbed her head, her hair flying, and she voicelessly moaned in anguish. The adults conscientiously turned their backs to her, pretending not to notice. The noisy clamor came down from the second floor and flew into the lobby. Oh, are we gonna get to see Rosa beat up Maria again?
Oh wow! Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, show that's the only scene with children that I need to see in this whole episode.
Rosa, or wait, how does George sound again? Rosa, Maria won't shut up. She was after I ate her, she wouldn't stop crying.
It was Maria who was sobbing along with the other children and Nanjo. In other words, they had all come downstairs because of Maria's tantrum. Rosa couldn't hide her dizziness at this new annoyance her daughter was bringing to everyone.
Jesus. Sorry, Aunt Rosa. We tried to calm her, but she just wouldn't listen. She just wouldn't listen to George, so he just, fucking hit her over and over again. What is it, Maria? Could you be a little more quiet? Everyone's watching. Shut up. Is that Rose of hers from the Rose Garden? She suddenly started saying that she was worried about it. I think she's half asleep. She suddenly woke up and started going on about how worried she was about that Rose. Maria, calm down. That was just a dream. That Rose belonged to Beatrice and me. That's improper grammar. So if I don't take care of it, Beatrice is gonna be mad.
That's improper grammar?
Yeah, that Rose belonged to Beatrice and me. It should be Beatrice and I.
No, it shouldn't. Because it should be, imagine if you were saying it without saying Beatrice. So, so that Rose belonged to me, not that Rose belonged to I.
No, but when you add another person, it's different.
No.
Yeah.
It's not different. It stays the same.
Well, either way, she's 6 years old.
9 years old.
Same thing. Fuck. God damn it. Alright. So if I don't take care of it, Beatrice is gonna get mad. It might get snapped off again. I'm telling you to quiet down a bit, okay?
The sudden rise
Fuck
in
up. Yeah. That's what happens.
the sudden rise in the tone of Rosa's voice surprised the children. But Maria's crying just grew louder and her tantrum just grew fiercer. Rosa, you mustn't scold a child so unsparingly. At times like this, it's best to give them some warm milk or something.
Just fucking give them warm milk, dude. Just fucking give milk, dude. Is there any here? In milk? We need the milk right now.
The milk we just had for breakfast is empty now.
Oh no, milk left. Oh no. Doesn't anyone have a sedative to use on kids? You know, those silver pill things? Like, sleepy time? I have some. Yes, I'll search for some now and give them to her.
Yes, child sedatives. Without hiding her displeasure, Rosa grabbed the handbag that had been set on the sofa and fished around for some medicine. It seems she had bought some child use sedatives for Maria's tantrums.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
She found it and opened the bottle, but it must have been empty. Irritated, Rosa shook the bottle several times, but that didn't change the fact that nothing was in there. As she did that, Maria's crying grew even more intense. She brings an empty bottle of sedatives. Fucking dummy.
Jesus, child sedatives. Fucking, why didn't she use those before, dude? Because she never had any in the first place.
She prefers beating her.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
At that time, Ava was lying on her bed, covered by the bedding. Hideyoshi returned from the washroom, folding a handkerchief soaked in water. Oh, this is one nasty fever. I'll bet it's the poisonous air at this family conference that got you. For now, you can forget all about the other relatives, okay? As Hideyoshi spoke to her kindly, he set the soaked handkerchief on Ava's burning forehead. Ava rested her own hand on top of his.
Your hand feels nice and cool.
If my hand feels nice, your fever must be pretty bad. Don't worry, the medicine will start working soon. Plus, my hand is a magic hand. I just put it against your forehead like this, and any fever will melt right away.
You're right. Your hand always makes my fevers fade.
Yep. No need for a doctor when you've got my hand. Don't worry and close your eyes. My magic will make that fever fade away.
Yes, I know. I can feel your magic. Oh, magic!
Hideyoshi was about to say it was just a placebo effect, but he stopped. If Ava said she could feel magic coming from his hand, then that was fine for now.
I wonder if magic really exists.
Yeah, it does. Don't worry about it. Only those who believe can tell, though. There's actually a lot of magic like that out there in the world.
If magic actually exists, then I wonder if witches actually exist too.
Oh, you mean that witch of the forest, Beatrice? She probably does exist for those who believe. Just like the gods. They don't show themselves except in front of those with strong faith.
I did it too, you know. Long ago I was able to use magic. Oh, I could use magic all the time. It was so fun.
Oh, really? Then you were a witch too. Ha 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 ha.
I had dreams that I wanted to become true, no matter what. After wishing strongly and trying hard, they always come true without fail. With my magic, my grades were always the best, and I even became the student council president, and worked hard to get into the university I wanted. Everything I wished for was granted.
That's right. Your magic was always a thing to be reckoned with. You're definitely a witch, and you work harder than anyone. I know all about it.
When I was a kid, the whole time there was another me inside myself who always supported me. And that other self was a witch. Oh, I didn't believe in Beatrice, the witch of the forest. I always believed that if a witch of Rakajima did exist, it was the witch inside my heart. I was so grateful to the witch inside myself. I was always grateful that she brought me to you.
You get too timid when you're sick. Don't say anything for now. I'll stay like this the whole time until your fever's gone down.
Yes, don't take your hand away, no matter what. Somehow, I feel like I'm becoming myself. I'm becoming something that isn't myself, and I've been scared for a while now. I get the feeling that the witch is inside me. That the witch inside me was provoked by Beatrice, and is growing stronger and stronger. Somehow it feels like she's going to swallow me whole.
It's okay. As long as I'm with you, there's nothing to be afraid of. Remember the time we went to that dangerous country and the whole bus got robbed? I drove them off.
Didn't you just hand over your gold watch and beg them to go away? It was pretty lame, but it was cool. How can something be lame and cool at the same time? Don't move your hand away, no matter what. Not even if I fall asleep. And if something creepy sneaks in here, protect me.
Yep, leave it to me. That's why I'm telling you to stop worrying and get to sleep. Because the medicine in my magic will start working real soon. Ava finally calmed her heart and closed her eyes. Heh. That's why Rosa didn't have any more child sedatives.
Oh no!
She got them for Ava.
Fucking drugged his own wife.
At that time, there was the sound of a door being opened violently from the direction of the lobby. It seemed that Maria was having a tantrum. Did you know that tantrum spelled backwards is Mertnat?
No, now I do. Now I do.
And screams of ooh ooh could be heard along with Rosa's rebuking yells. That probably hurt Ava's ears, or maybe it was giving her a headache. Ava moaned as though in pain and buried herself in the covers. It was easy to guess what was happening. Maria had probably had a tantrum for some reason, gone down to the lobby and started arguing with Rosa, who then scolded her daughter. And then maybe that got too embarrassing to be shown in front of the other relatives, so Rosa had taken Maria out into the corridor. Hideyoshi had no desire to butt in on Rosa and Maria's problem, but just for now, since Ava's condition was so bad, he wanted them to take their ruckus somewhere else. Wait just a sec. I'll ask them to keep it down.
Come back quickly.
Don't worry, I won't leave this room.
And then he was shot in while he opened the door.
Hideyoshi removed the chain, opened the door, and stuck his face out into the corridor. He immediately met Rosa's gaze. Everything okay, Rosa?
I'm sorry, did all this noise wake you?
Maria, sorry, Aunt Ava isn't feeling well and she's trying to sleep. Could you quiet down a bit? Maria's tone didn't change after Hideyoshi's request. She kept crying, ooh, ooh, and repeating, my woes, my woes. Rosa swapped Maria's cheek, lifted her up while covering her mouth, and dragged her towards the entrance, trying to at least put some distance between her and Hideyoshi's room. She would still probably be noisy for a while, but he had warned Rosa for the time being. Relying on Rosa's actions as a mother, Hideyoshi closed the door.
Is Maria having a tantrum again?
Looks like it. It's tough for Rosa, too. Come to think of it, our George is almost too good to be true. We should be grateful.
You're right. Hand.
Oh, sorry. Look, it's the magic hand. It's back. It's the magic hand. You're okay now. He put his hand on Ava's forehead again. Maybe there really was magic power in the hand. A truly peaceful look rose to Ava's face, and bit by bit she began to drift off into the land of sleep. As he had promised, Hideyoshi kept his hand on her forehead. Well, what's Ava dreaming about?
Oh no, her dream happened before her
By the entrance,
coronation.
with her hand still against Maria's mouth, Rosa was at a loss of what to do next. She hadn't been able to withstand everyone's gazes in the lobby, and had yelled at the children to go upstairs, dashing out of the lobby. Then she had gone out into the corridor, only to have Hideyoshi say that she was too noisy.
Where should I go now?
Rosa.
Where should I take this child who's having a tantrum?
She felt as though tears of frustration were about to come out. As Maria kept struggling in an attempt to scream, Rosa put her mouth up to Maria's ear and tried to persuade Maria in a properly calm voice.
Maria, do you really want to see the rose that much?
If you really want to see that rose so much, then why don't you marry it?
Friggin' idiot!
Maria nodded her head several times, moaning, ew.
Why do you want to see it so much? I'll listen as your mother, so will you tell me quietly? I'll hit you if you scream, you little fucking shit disturber. Oh, right, this is also me.
My rose! Beatrice revived it. It might have snapped off again. I'm worried about that. I can't sleep until I'm sure.
Apparently, she was still upset about the mocked woes from yesterday. Rosa felt her headache throbbing again, but she was at least a little relieved that Maria had now stopped her screaming.
Anyway, everyone is having a hard time right now, so don't bother Mama and everyone else. You can worry about that rose all you want tomorrow when it stops raining. For now, listen to me.
No, it's my Beatrice's rose.
Rosa reflexively covered Maria's mouth. She had spoken a little too harshly and gotten her agitated again. Rosa realized that it was partly her own fault and clicked her tongue in self-hatred. But Maria thought that it was directed at her, and her crying grew even fiercer.
Please just be quiet. What can I make you do to stop crying? What should I do to make you listen to what your mama says?
Gold!
Suddenly, Maria stopped crying so fast that it seemed unnatural. Then she turned around and muttered,
If I get to see my Rose, I'll stay quiet until tomorrow.
Really?
Yes. If we go to the Rose Garden and see my Rose, I'll calm down.
I mean it, Mama. Why should I see the Rose so much? What does Rose mean, dude?
if it would keep Maria quiet for the time being, Rosa thought that even going out into this wind and rain would be a small price to pay, especially since she was already out in the wind and rain. She was already drenched. Who cares? She thought it might be a bit reckless. But in the end, no murder or anything of the sort had actually occurred. All of that glamour, since this morning, had been a farce set up by Kinzo. If you carefully thought about that chain of closed wombs, it clearly had to all be an act.
Will you really listen if you get to see the Rose? Yes, I mean it, Mama.
Rosa didn't overlook that creepy laugh, and lightly hit Maria with her fist. And she shrugged as though giving up.
Understood. She just shoots her in the fucking head. If it's just one look, I'll agree. Will that work?
Yes, Mama, I promise.
Once again, Rosa tested the weight of her gun. It'll be okay. It's only an act. There was never a murderer on this island in the first place.
Oh no! Damn it! Wait, Aunt Rosa! Are Aunt Rosa and Maria the sacrifices for the second Twilight? Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Someone notice them! Tell them to stop! What are those guys in the living room and us kids doing?
Indeed, they are being considerate of Rosa's pitiful relationship with her daughter and are forcibly changing the subject. The group that includes you went up to the second floor and is talking about something else while watching TV.
You bastards! Someone notice them! Who's the closest? Is it Uncle Hideyoshi? Please notice that those two are leaving through the front door.
It won't reach, it won't reach. Don't disturb their precious time together. Hideyoshi kept talking kindly, his hand on Ava's forehead. He didn't notice at all that Rose and Maria were going outside through the front door. In that case, there was no way the others in the lobby, which was even further away, would notice, much less those in the cousin's room on the second floor.
Oh.
Why are you so panicked? Didn't you defeat me with that bold move, saying that the culprit died in an accident on the first Twilight? Doesn't that mean there's no longer a culprit on this island? What is there to be so worried about?
Shut up! I can see right through you. Someone stop them. Those two will be killed. Someone stop them. Dude. So then wait. So it has to be one of the servants in Kinzo. But they're all dead, dude! That makes no sense!
There was no way the battler's voiceless scream would reach Rosa or Maria. The two of them could be seen in the Rose Garden. The rain was still awful, but fortunately the wind had died down a little. No, maybe that wasn't fortunate, because maybe if the wind had been a little fiercer, Rosa might have hesitated to go outside.
Ooh. Here it is.
Maria found her rose with the gold lace and stared at it lovingly. Rosa had accepted the promise under the condition that Maria would only get one look at it, but she didn't want Maria to complain that it hadn't been enough later on, so she decided to go along with Maria until she was satisfied. She believed that there wasn't a culprit, but on the off chance that she was mistaken, they were now in an extremely dangerous position. Rosa realized that faintly herself. If things got bad, she would throw away her umbrella and ready her gun. After glancing at Maria's innocent happiness, Rosa gazed warily in all directions. Were her eyes just tired? Even though no one should have been there, she thought she saw something glitter in the dark rose garden. Gold-colored? It had to be her imagination. Because to Rosa, it seemed as though gold butterflies were dancing through the rose bushes.
The window.
Are you okay, Ava? Just take it easy. Should I call Dr. Nancho after all?
I'm fine. Don't take your hand away. I'm begging you, don't take your hand away.
Ava was breathing wildly. Beads of sweat were appearing on her forehead. It certainly was true that she had stayed up all night last night and that things had been rough since early this morning. It wasn't odd that her body wasn't keeping up. Even though we understood that, Hideyoshi suspected that this sudden fever was the sign of some serious illness. Several times Hideyoshi decided to call for Dr. Nanjo, but Ava resisted firmly, pleading with him and saying that it was even more important that he didn't take his hand away. I understand, but you've got to have Dr. Nanjo look at you by lunchtime. If you can promise me that, I'll stay here the whole time, gripping your hand. Tightly, like this.
Thank you. I'm fine. The magic of your hand will definitely take this fever away.
Even as she said that, Ava's harsh breathing didn't improve in the slightest.
Maybe Ava was poisoned, dude.
By who?
Well, the only person who would poison her would, well, not necessarily, but the most likely person would be Rosa, I guess.
Nanjo.
Nanjo! Shit, dude. Oh, God! Also, it froze.
It did that to me. I just had to keep clicking. Keep clicking.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Weird. Don't let go. Don't let go. Shit, she fucking died. Who is it? Fucking answer me.
She saw an umbrella moving from beyond the rose bush. Rosa threw away her umbrella and wildly lifted her gun. When she did, the shadow of a person beyond the bush showed itself.
And Ava...
You scared me. It's you, Nason. Do you have some business with me? Do you want to continue our earlier discussion? What? Hold on a fucking second, dude. What the fuck, dude? My brain. No, my brain. What? How?
Well, she's...
This has something to do with the
chilling.
Endless Witch, but there's a logical explanation for this. There's 2 Avas.
Yes.
But it's only 18 people.
Which means
that one of them has to be Shannon. Wait, no, because Shannon's too young. And also Shannon is not
Shannon
the
is
person I was
dead.
thinking about. Who is it?
Huh?
Fuck. I don't fucking know, dude. This is fucking weird. Alright, whatever, I'll just read. I'll read. Huh? Yes, that's right. Our discussion about Father's Gold. Please restrain yourself in front of Maria. I will keep my promise, okay? I won't get in the way of your conspiracy. Conspiracy? What's that? Whatever you're thinking, that's up to you. I have no desire to get in the way. So please, not in front of Maria. As long as I get my share, that will be enough. Your share? Dude.
Ava started laughing in a creepy voice. Rosa was startled, but Maria stared blankly. Then Maria said just one thing.
Oh, fuck. Dude.
Auntie, who are you?
No, dude. I guess this is still me.
This is you.
Your share. Who would give it to you? All of it is mine. It all belongs to me, the Golden Witch Beatrice.
It's like some knockoff Golden Witch Beatrice.
Yes.
Ava, are you okay? Ava, Ava, Ava.
Hold on. Don't let go. Don't let me be dragged away by someone who isn't me. Hold on to my hand, dude. Don't let go. When did you ever work hard? You never worked hard for anything. You were always hiding in your shadows. You always escaped from shadow to shadow without fighting. And yet you really think yourself qualified to make demands of me over the Ushimi family gold? All that is mine. It is all mine alone. I is the head of the Ushimi family in the new Golden Witch, successor of the name Beatrice. Beatrice. It's Beatrice. Mama, Beatrice. Look at Beatrice.
Maria jumped at her mother in ecstasy. Rosa tweeted Maria cold-heartedly and raised her gun high.
Hey, you're Naysan, right? You are Naysan, aren't you? Wrong. I am no longer the one who was your sister. Then who are you? Are you trying to say that you're Beatrice? That's impossible. You died 19 years ago. Yes, you were definitely dead. After all, I clearly saw how your head was split open. I can remember the insides falling out like it was yesterday. How can you be alive right here now? The concept of death does not exist to a Golden Witch. The Golden Witch and the name Beatrice will be handed down for all eternity. Maybe the Beatrice you knew met with death, but that name is mine now, and therefore it's eternal. The concept of death does not exist for Beatrice. All I can see is that the god has driven you mad. How pitiful, Naysan. So, fuck, what's her name? What's the girl
Beatrice.
servant name?
Shannon?
Wait, is it Shannon? Oh, right, Jessica's the other one. Yeah, I think this is... So the only conceivable person this could be would be...
Jessica's not a servant.
Yeah, I know, but I got them confused, because they're both girls.
Okay.
And they're around the same age. So this... The only person this could conceivably be is Shannon.
Shannon is dead.
But maybe not.
Oh.
But... I need to see the red. I need to revisit the red truths, because... It seemed... Oh, fuck, dude. Anyways, I should continue reading.
Yeah, there was already a red truth that said that Shannon was dead.
Yeah. But then, how do we explain this? I don't fucking know. I'll figure it out eventually.
It's Beatrice.
Come on. Fuck, no. Come on, you know I'm not your sister anymore. Well then, is new Beatrice? I have been tasked with my own resurrection ceremony. Run away. What should I do?
That is up to you. You already have the power to make whatever you think reality. You should grow used to it once you've tried it out a little.
You worthless former sister. You should consider it an honor to have been selected as the first sacrifice I offer as a witch. On the second twilight, I'll tear the two who are close apart with my own hands. Whoa, dude.
The first thing the new Beatrice wished for... No, the first magic she tried to use was to surpass the limitations given to humans. In particular, gravity. She wanted to become fully aware of her transformation into a witch by being released from those shackles. As the witch and Rosa stayed as they were, the ground retreated all by itself into the distance below them. By now, their feet were no longer attached to the ground. Rosa finally realized that the earth wasn't retreating into the distance below them, but that she and the witch were being sucked up into the rainy sky.
Haha, yeah. What the fuck? Whoa, awesome, this is very cool. Now, for my next trick, I shall make it rain vodka from sky.
For a human shackled to the ground by gravity, there was nothing more unnerving than having their feet stop sticking to the ground. However, to Beatrice, who in becoming the new witch had learned the joy of being released from gravity, it was enough to make her whole body shake with delight.
Hey, Rosa, do you remember long ago when we were small, when we used to talk about what it'd be like to become witches and fly around the sky? That dream has been granted, hasn't it? I became a real witch and granted it for you. So stop it. If this is a dream, then wake me up. You said it yourself. You said you flew through the sky in your dream. And you also said that you didn't want to wake up. You even got mad at me when I woke you up, right? Don't worry. Oh shit. This time you won't wake up, okay? Come, dance with me in the vast rainy sky. Didn't we both wish we could fly like seagulls in the sky and escape the cramped and boring island of Rokkanjima? Now I'll make that dream of a reality for you. I only want to share this joy with you and no one else. It's so fun, Rosa, it's so fun. Ha ha ha. Take a look below you. Look at how small our mansion is. I wonder how much time we spent in a place that small. Now I'm especially shocked at how cramped and tiny it is. So tiny, tiny little island. Ha ha ha. So feel, enjoy, rejoice. The power we earned for the power to move through the sky at will. Come on, let's dance, Rosa. Through the rain, through the wind, through the fire and the flames. Let's fly around like we're dancing. The lightning will shine on us and bless us.
The witch and Rosa were like leaves fluttering around in a whirlwind. As the rain pounded upon every part of their bodies, as the lightning occasionally shone upon them, they shook with the joy of being released from the ground. However, it was only that way for the witch. Rosa was holding onto her head, voicelessly screaming over and over.
Yeah, I'd go insane too. Stop it! Forgive me and let me down. Fuck, dude. Great, it's more fitting for humans to crawl on the ground. Then why not go back there?
A slightly displeased expression rose to the witch's face when she realized that her own joy was not being shared. Then she decided to listen to her former sister's request.
What the fuck, dude?
The whirlwind that had been making Rosa dance around grew weaker, then stopped. In other words, Rosa was once again bound by the restrictions of gravity, as a human. Following the laws that were originally correct, Rosa began to descend towards the ground upside down. No, she began to fall.
Oops. Haha. That's right, if I don't take it down the right way, this is what happens. Ha ha ha.
The witch hadn't intended to send Rosa plummeting, but she still wasn't used to using magic.
I guess she isn't. Oh, whoops. Uh-oh.
After plummeting about 100 meters into a rose bush, as a very, very natural result, Rosa died instantly.
It's only natural.
But the witch hadn't intended to kill her, so she wished that Rosa hadn't died.
Alright. Fine, just revive her. Okay.
When she did, gold butterflies coiled about Rosa's body, reviving that wife just as the witch had wished. Rosa's body, which should have been spread out like a carpet of fresh blood, rapidly returned to normal. The broken and crushed bones returned to normal. The torn and smashed flesh returned to normal. How easy it is to break things in this world, and how difficult it is to fix them. Anyone can take a wife, but no human can revive a lost wife. By surpassing the irreversible, one proves that they have surpassed humanity. This surely gave her a much, much greater realization of her position as a witch than flying through the sky had.
Awesome. I can even revive an ended life. Wow, so awesome. Well, then get out of here.
Beatrice is the endless witch. To live and to die, to bring to life and to kill, all of it repeated endlessly. Beatrice, the endless witch, is the queen who controls the cycle of life and death.
One time I knocked over a fishbowl. The fragile and beautiful bowl broke and I couldn't put it back together again. I'd never see that cute pop-eyed glowfish swim again after it landed on the floor. No matter how much I cried, the servants shook their heads, saying that broken things are dead things, and dead things could never be revived. That's when I learned something. You must not break things, you must not kill people. After all, you can't fix them. So if you can fix them, then you won't get in trouble for breaking them, right? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
For a while...
Awesome.
Awesome. For a while, the witch became intoxicated with how terrible and wonderful the power she had inherited was. Her laugh was pure, innocent, and cruel.
One of those things is not like the other.
Even though Rosa had been revived, she let out a cry of anguish at the pain from her fall. At that point, the witch landed and held out her hand.
Oh, sorry about that, Rosa. I didn't think flying in the sky would be so much fun. Sorry, I'm real sorry. I fucking killed you. And I didn't know humans could die so easily, but I've brought you back to life, so we're even. So get up, okay? Play with me some more, okay? What were those dreams you told me about when you were a kid? Go ahead and tell me all of them without holding back. As I am now, I can make anything come true, no matter how absurd. Even drowning you in a sea of jelly, even having you sucked into a mountain of cake. I could even make you sprout butterfly wings and flit around the garden, okay? I'll do them one after another. Let's start with the ocean of jelly, alright? Stop it. What the fuck? You're insane. Oh my god.
Rosa was once again thrown high into the rainy sky. However, the sky wasn't filled with raindrops, but with drops of orange juice.
Oh my fucking god.
When she looked down, Rosa had to doubt her eyes. The rose garden had disappeared, and the ground spread out beneath her was like a pastel-colored jigsaw puzzle. It was an ocean of jelly, like the one she had spoken of from her dreams when she was young. The black part was coffee jelly. The red was strawberry. The yellow was pineapple.
Ew.
And the green was melon.
That's pretty good.
What was the white part? Apple?
Why would it be apple? No, why? No, why would it be apple?
Did Rosa even have the time to think stuff like that? Rosa fell towards that multicolored ocean.
What the fuck?
And she sunk deep into a purple grape-flavored sea. It really was an ocean of jelly. It had no bottom. As Rosa sank, she was shocked to see a school of transparent fish swimming through the grape jelly ocean. They were probably made of grape skin.
Yes. Grape skin. Yes.
Then she sunk on, deeper and deeper, as deep as the Marianas Trench, crushed by the water pressure of the ocean as her ribs snapped and her spine snapped. In the end, she became a small, frail meatball.
What a truly wonderful experience to drown in an ocean of jelly. It's a dream no one else can imitate. I made it come true for you. The instant I snapped my fingers, the meatball that had been Rosa was launched up into the sky. Fucking now I eat it with spaghetti. And after being wrapped in a golden sparkle, she returned to her original form. It was as simple as returning dried seaweed to its original form, and anyone could do it. If they were a witch. The absent-minded look on Rosa's face had to be the joy from having that dream she gave up on as a child come true. Definitely. Probably. Most likely.
Absent-minded look has to be joy.
Yep, yep. Next is the mountain of cake. In an instant, the sky... Oh, this is you.
Are you sure?
I mean, it's...
I'm pretty sure this is still you.
Alright. In an instant, the sky was covered. It became black and white in the shape of a chessboard. That almost transparent white part was her favorite rare cheesecake. The elegant black part was a lightly bitter gâteau au chocolat. That became the ceiling, became the mountain, and several billion cakes.
No, you were right. You were right. I was wrong. Oh no. And several billion cakes were thrown down towards Rosa. If you pile those cakes up, they would surely be taller than Mount Everest. So they probably weighed... I'm not too sure, but I'll bet it was heavier than all the cakes across Japan put together.
Oh, that's a lot. Well, I know, because Japanese people aren't really fat, so, like, probably not that much.
Yeah, it's probably like 5 cakes, 5
Yeah,
pounds.
like 5. Yeah, like 5 cakes.
It fell down like a ceiling, and swallowed Woja up, so as a very, very natural result, Woza was crushed to death. In less than a second, her bones broke throughout her body, and her insides were all smashed and forced out. Squish, pop, swap. Even so, an even greater number of cakes piled up on top, and Woza ended up as a layer of jam wedged between them. She became as thin as a single hair, and was probably spread out over the area of a tennis court.
Nice.
That world, swallowed up by cake, was once again absorbed by a gold flash. Then, as though it had all been a dream, Woza was revived once more. Of course, it definitely wasn't a dream. She had been revived after dying. By that point, death, which most humans only have to experience once after they are born, had already been experienced repeatedly by Woza. In other words, she'd gone through that which humans cannot, the precious experience of dying more than once.
I'm fucking insane. Isn't this fun, Rosa? This is so fucking fun. Next is the butterflies. Look. But please, have mercy, oh god, you're so fucking insane. Jesus Christ. No way, let's play more, You're now a butterfly, flap your wings.
Laughing innocently, she pointed her gold staff at Woza as she begged for mercy. When she did, Woza glittered gold and rapidly began to shrink.
Wow.
She swung down to the size of a wheel butterfly, then gold wings sprouted from her back and she joined her fellow gold butterflies. However, while a human body could withstand that wind, it was a different matter for a butterfly's body. The gold butterfly Woza was invited to dance by each gale of wind, and she spun in circles around the rose garden.
No!
As her dance wore her out, she was caught by a gentle bed. It was a soft knit hammock in the shadows beneath the roof of the arbor. The owner of that hammock lumbered into view, welcoming its rare guest who had wandered in on this night of a storm. That owner, which should have been small enough to crush in the palm of your hand, now looked as big as the top of a canopy bed to Woza.
What a klutz, you caught in the spider's web. You fucking idiot. This time it's dance with a spider. That takes me back. Remember the time we'd find spiders web, play around by throwing pebbles at it. I've heard that spiders don't chew their prey, but insert their venom, and when the insides melt into a sticky soup, they suck them out like a date. Hey Rosa, remember? Remember how we throw butterflies into the spider's web on purpose and playing around by seeing how the spider would attack? I guess you don't remember, don't you? Do you? This happened before you got into grade school. Make sure you watch closely this time, okay? Very closely. No! Have mercy, Nathan. Help me, Nathan. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, fuck. Ah.
This girl's not bad. She truly can use magic at will. Yeah. Amusing. How truly amusing. You feel like laughing too, right, Badler?
Don't fuck with me. Stop it already. What's so fun? You're insane. You're absolutely fucking insane. What's so fun about doing something like this?
Doesn't she look like she's having a blast? What do you expect? Magic is fun. I remember when I first became able to use magic, I played around a lot. I understand that kind of game from the bottom of my heart. Looks like I won't be able to share this joy and passion with you, Badler. What a shame. If you accept me, I'll teach you magic anytime you want, see? It's hard to describe the joy you receive in the instant you're freed from the shackles of humanity. I want to teach you about it, that joy, that passion. I'd definitely like to see the world of magic you'd give birth to just once. Isn't this starting to get fun? You started wanting to use magic, haven't you? It's pretty fun to be a witch, isn't it? Just for you, I'll teach everything about the joy of flying together in the sea, about the joy of diving together through the sea. I want to show you the passion that starts the instant you surpass the bounds of humans and see how wide your world stretches. Wouldn't that be fun? Why? There was no malice in Beato's expression. It was hard to believe, but she was genuinely enjoying this cruel show, and she wanted to share that appreciation with Battler. Battler was shocked by that hopelessly different sense of values.
You're insane. Stop it already. Damn it. Virgil, make them stop this insane farce. What should I do?
The exit's outside the board. We cannot touch the board itself. Virgilia shook her head apologetically. Her body had already been killed. Did that mean she couldn't interfere in any way? As Beatrice continued to look amused in an insane sort of way, Battler lifted her up by the collar and yelled at her.
Stop it, stop it, stop it. Quit messing around, bitch. Are you going to tell me that's Aunt Ava? That's impossible. The Aunt Ava I know might be a bit mean at times, but it's completely impossible that she's the kind of person who'd do something this cruel. This is all part of your deception. Don't toy with Aunt Rosa. Don't toy with Aunt Ava. Stop this farce right now.
I told you, I'm not the one playing with Rosa anymore. Like I said, that's the new Beatrice. Is it really so terrible that you have to squeal like that? You're also pretty fond of stuff like this, aren't you?
Yeah, it cut out for me too.
Oh wait, I can...
Yeah, you can go back. There we go.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. I keep scrolling right past it. Okay. Is it really so terrible you have to squeal like that? You're also pretty fond of stuff like this, aren't you? You actually have just a bit of interest in magic and... Ouch. Well, what are you doing? For the first time, Battler slapped Beato's cheek.
Fuck out of here, bitch!
Beatrice didn't know why he had done something like that to her, and a surprised expression rose to her face. Battler especially couldn't forgive that expression, and he roared. Oh my god. Look at
awesome.
Battler's face.
Ugh! You call this amusing? What's wrong with your fucking head? Die! Go slice your head to bits and look inside. You'll see there's nothing there because you're so fucking small brain. Stop it right now. Stop this disgusting farce. I won't forgive you. How could you do something so cruel? I've sometimes thought you could be a bit funny, but I'll never mistake that again. You're just monstrous, cruel on all levels. Don't show yourself in front of me. Never again. I won't accept you. I won't talk with you. I won't even look at your face. You don't even exist. Did you hear me? Don't show yourself in front of me. Disappear. Fucking spit in her eye. Again.
The instant Battler screamed, the power that resisted the witch became a red wall and knocked Beato back onto her butt.
Cool. Now Battler has fucking servant powers.
What are you talking about? Isn't it an interesting show? She spoke defensively, but the target of those words, Battler, was no longer there. His figure had suddenly disappeared into the darkness, but Beatrice looked displeased and continued trying to explain herself. It's not as though I'm completely blind to where you're coming from, but this is nothing more than an innocent prank, isn't it? No matter how you kill them, they'll always be brought back to life in the end, right? I thought humans were creatures who say, all's well that ends well. Hey, teacher, there was no reason for him to get so angry, right? She was hoping for approval, but Virgilia simply faced her with an indifferent expression. To Beato, at that moment, even an exasperated look would probably have been better. I have nothing in particular to say. If you think this is fun, you can keep watching as long as you want. Call me when it's over. I will vanish until then. Following Battler's lead, Virgilia vanished into the darkness. Beato, who was now completely isolated and didn't have a clue what was going on, felt that they were making her out to be the bad guy.
Whoa, no, you can't go that far. Oh my god, dude.
What's wrong? Isn't it an amusing show? It might be a little vulgar, but it's quite interesting, isn't it? Hey, Rounave, it's nothing to get so mad about, right? Poo-coo-coo-coo. Something interesting for you, my lady, may not necessarily be interesting for Battler. Does he really hate me that much? Well, certainly we are enemies and opponents in this competition, but is our relationship really so bad that we can't laugh together at this display? Since I applauded together with Battler, I thought I could at least laugh together with him. Does he really reject me so much that we can't even do that? He doesn't have to accept that I'm a witch. We're challenging each other in this game after all. And yet, he won't look at my face, he won't talk to me, and he'll probably do all he can to ignore me. Am I really hated that much? The moves you've made up to this point have been more than enough to earn his hatred. Even a demon such as myself can understand a bit of Battler's feelings. Perhaps you cannot understand because you are especially thick-headed, milady. Poo coo 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 coo.
Just calling your master dumb, yeah?
Shut up. Well, Ronave's, Beatrice's master, and this isn't Beatrice anymore. This is Carl or whatever the hell.
Alright! So yeah, he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Why don't you disappear too? Yes, certainly. Then, if you would excuse me.
He doesn't have to listen to her.
Even Ronave hid himself in the darkness and Beatrice was left alone. The only one in the rainy rose garden. No one ever plays with a lonely witch, and the fact that no one ever does is what makes them a lonely witch. What's going on? Why won't anyone play with me? Am I really that weird, that cruel? Someone answer me.
Isn't this fun, Rosa? Isn't this fun? Haha. Hey, how should we play next? Of course we should play with Maria too, right? Ha. Let's all have a friendly walk together, okay? Let's swim in a pot of boiling chocolate. Let's have a picnic in a cake rising oven.
Hey, new Beatrice. Behind the witch. Behind the witch that was continuing a mad banquet. Beato showed herself. That expression was very rare for her. It was somehow restrained, unreliable, miserable.
Oh, it's... Fuck, that's not a voice. Oh, it's the predecessor of Beatrice. Were you watching? It's so fun. The power of magic is truly wonderful. Until now, I've never thought it'd be fun to be reborn as a witch. It's like playtime that never ends. Come on, let's play together, predecessor. Ha ha ha. But first, wait for a second, okay? I cooked the two of them to death in an oven, so I have to revive them again. Ha! They're like bread rising from yeast. Like cookies expanding in the oven.
Listen to what I'm saying. Well, isn't that enough for the sacrifice of the second Twilight? Of course, there are no rules regarding how you kill them, but, maybe you shouldn't toy with them any more than that.
What are you saying, predecessor? I heard from a lot of a short while ago. Wasn't your magic much more powerful, cruel, and crazy? That Halloween party where candies poured out of 6 people's stomachs was truly wonderful. So maybe I'll act out Alice's tea party, ha! I'll invite everyone to a tea party in celebration of a completely pointless day and entertain them one by one with my magic, ha! I wonder if I can do this as wonderfully as you. I wonder if I can be cruel in my own pop-cute style, ha! Now that I think about it, all fairy tales are cruel, aren't they? Now that I'm the witch inside one of those fairy tales, I finally understand.
I have also, sometimes thought that, in the past, I might have gone a little too far. Well, I think that as the Golden Witch, it's probably best to show a little elegance.
I don't get what you're saying, predecessor. But there's one thing I do understand. No matter how hard I try now, I'm no match for how cruel you are. I've got to try much harder. I've got to become more cruel and become an excellent Golden Witch.
Like I said, you've already done enough here. Anyway, this is an order from me as your predecessor. That's enough for the second Twilight. I'll show you how it's done. Stand back and watch.
Yes, predecessor. I can't wait to see what brutal, cruel, and disgusting method of killing you use. Ha!
The new witch grasped the sides of her skirt and gave a graceful bow, stepping back as an expectant gaze rose to her face. She was expecting an even more cruel magic that surpassed even herself. Well, speaking of that, you're only half a witch if you can only kill with methods like that. I shall show you an elegant way to kill, worthy of the Golden Witch. When Beato waved her pipe, 7 colors of smoke poured out, reviving Rosa and Maria. Compared to how the new Beatrice had done it a short while ago, it was slightly gentler. It was probably gentler than how Beato had done it herself up until now. Rosa's consciousness had already grown dim from the pain of so many repeated deaths, but even so she pleaded that her daughter be spared.
Please, have mercy. Even if it's just Maria, have mercy.
Mama, Mama.
Sorry, my disciple just, acted without restraint for a bit. Forgive me.
Beatrice.
When Maria realized it was the real Beatrice, she jumped onto her.
You promised, right, Beato? You'd promised that you'd take me to the Golden Land, right? There I'll be friendly with Mama and everyone will laugh together. You promised you'd take me there, right?
About that, I can no longer keep that promise because someone appeared who could solve the riddle. I'm no longer the Golden Witch Beatrice. So sorry, I can no longer keep my promise with you.
Why? Why? You promised.
I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry, so at least an apology for not being able to keep my promise. I'll give you a quiet sleep that will never be disturbed again. Beato embraced Maria with a loving expression on her face. Then softly a wet bruise appeared on Maria's neck. It was a very gentle bruise. Its redness grew bit by bit, and when it distinctly formed itself into the shape of a hand, Maria's neck tilted suddenly, peacefully, as though she had fallen asleep.
Maria. Maria! My fucking daughter, dude.
Yeah? Soon. Okay. Sorry. I won't apologize that you were the sacrifices for the second twilight. That is simply your fate. However, I must apologize for the vulgar way in which you were offered as sacrifices. This is your final sleep. Never again will it be disturbed. Pietro softly, gently lifted her fingers, though touching the empty air in front of her nose. When she did, a white breeze lifted up, making Rosa's body dance lightly like a feather. Then Rosa's body floated softly, and right there was the garden fence with its spear-shaped prongs. The spear of the fence pierced Rosa's medulla oblongata, benevolently, without toying with her in a single blow. Rosa's wife was snapped out. Compared to the early innocent yet cruel events, it seemed to be over much too fast. It just looked like a doll shaped like Rosa was leaning against the fence, but she had passed away.
That's a really good artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could see it without the rain.
Well, something like that should do the trick. Beato acted proud, but the new witch wore a blank expression almost as though it was an anticlimax. Then she said it out loud.
It's kind of plain. Not at all like the predecessor rendezvous told me about.
Well, you must use magic with dignity, right? If it's too undignified, that isn't very elegant.
Even though you're lucky enough to have magic to do wonderful things endlessly, how boring.
Hey, don't complain. The path of the Golden Witch cannot be completed in a day. You are still incomplete until you finish the 10th Twilight. For now, stay quiet and follow my instructions. Got it?
Ugh.
Well, what happened to your answer? Your answer.
Ugh. Sure.
Very well, that will do. Well, there's still much to do for the resurrection ceremony. You still have to kill 5 people. You should do it without toying with them too much, with beauty and dignity, and with at least a little restraint, okay? What Rendezvous told you about how I did it, that was a bad example. You mustn't use that as a model. Engrave that into your heart.
Yes, predecessor Sama.
A good answer. Rendezvous, the 7 stakes of purgatory, arise. Yes, my lady. I have Rendezvous him here. Lucifer Pride right here. Up until this point, I've been a little flashy, but, well, the dignity of the Golden Witch is also important, and about that... As one of you laughed at Beatrice's uncharacteristically flustered speech, he summed it up for her. Certainly. From now on, we will be careful to act in a graceful manner suitable for the name of the Golden Witch. Even the 7 Sisters of Purgatory will have reformed their bad behavior up until now, and we shall espouse to perform a task in the quickest possible manner. Would that be acceptable, my lady? Indeed. That's it, more or less. Everyone take it to heart, okay? Yeah, certainly. That is all I wish to say. You may leave now. Certainly, if you would excuse me. Excuse us. Well, that's all I wanted to say. So take care as you move forward. Understand? Act with dignity and restraint, okay? Give it your all. I will be watching over you.
Epic.
Acting awkwardly until the very end, Beato left that message and immediately became a cloud of cold butterflies hiding her form in the empty air. Maybe it'd be more accurate to say she vanished in a hurry because she couldn't keep up the conversation. After all that remained was Maria's corpse lying down and pounded by the rain, Rose's corpse propped up by the fence and staring up at the sky, and the figure of the witch.
Show some restraint, you say.
Her expression looked just a little bored. There was a popping sound. That was probably her clicking her tongue.
What a boring person. Oh, fucking.
Leaving that last sentence behind, she once again vanished into the empty air. There we go. We got to the end.
Nice.
I have to go.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Thanks for watching this episode, dudes.
Yeah, I'll see you on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. Okay, awesome. Bye.